Over the last couple of years, I've been doing so many different things. I visited heaps of countries. I met so many people. I had over 20 different jobs. And eventually I got into reselling, and I'm doing that at the moment. But the last couple of days, I really thought about it. What the hell are your 20s actually for? And now, of course, the obvious answer would be to make money, to set yourself up for the rest of your life. Go to uni, do all these kind of things. But I realized that this is not the answer for me. No, what I realized the answer is for your 20s is simply to build skills, to build relationships, to build and have experiences in your 20s. Now, the reason why the hell I think experiences and skills and relationships are so much more important than getting your money during your 20s? Well, let me explain. Imagine your life as a tower built with bricks in different shapes, sizes, and colors. When you're young, most of the bricks are set by your caregivers. As you grow older, your friends, your teachers, and society keeps setting bricks, brick by brick. But at some point, usually once you're in your 20s, you get full control over the placement of your bricks. You become the builder, the master of your bricks, and you decide what bricks you choose and where to place them. Now, this is important because you will find that the foundations others build will not accept any brick you choose. It's then your job to learn skills, have experiences, and build relationships that will fit your unique set of bricks. Just imagine for a second, you really would love to get into business. However, your foundation was built in a way that the business bricks don't really fit at the moment. This becomes especially crucial when you consider that every brick you set will make it either easier or harder for your future self to build upon the previous bricks. And chances are you are going to spend a lot of time in your 20s plugging holes from your childhood. Foundational gaps, if you will, that were left behind earlier. You then over time build a tower filled with skills, experiences, and relationships. And instead of working 60 hours, toiling at work every week, you learn the skills to generate wealth. Instead of hanging around with only your high school friends, you go to meetups, clubs, and approach strangers on the streets. In your 20s, setting your future self up with skills is detrimental. It is the foundation with which you will build the rest of your life. So choose competence, not currency. Because you may lose the money that you make when you're young. But knowing how to make money itself, the skill of making money, allows you to make more in the future. And this applies to everything that you do in life. And it goes back to the old saying, give a man a fish and he will eat for a day. Teach a man how to fish and he will eat for the rest of his life. So stop chasing the wrong things and start building yourself up in your 20s. Because if you are in your 20s and you do have those foundational gaps, which we all have, it is for you to close these gaps. Now you see, if you try to learn some complex mathematics like matrices or algebra or higher functions, you can only learn them if you know the basics of mathematics. You have to understand how additions and subtractions work. You have to understand how you multiply and how you divide numbers. Only when you have the basics right can you then build upon your basics. So then the goal in all of this is to build a foundation for your tower to stand upon. So in your 20s, you're building that skills, relationships, the experiences, and they're all so essential. Simply because if you can build your relationships, you can get money from your relationships. You also get the life satisfaction of building and having magnificent relationships in your life. And if I think about my own 20s, if I think about the last 6 years that I have lived on this planet, I have met so many amazing people, so many great experiences, so much enjoyment. And if I be honest right now, most of my enjoyment did not come from working and getting a paycheck. Sure, it is nice every now and then to get money, right? Like you feel good if you get money. If suddenly $10,000 are extra on your bank account, it feels good. However, the money that you gain is not really what is the most satisfying. If I think about the most satisfactory moments in my life, the happiest times that I've been walking this planet, it always involved other people. We don't exist in a vacuum. We are not just singular things. We are both one thing, but we're also at the same time a part of something that's bigger. Just think about your own self. Think about the cells in your body. The cells in your body, they make up your organs, your flesh, your skin, your bones. All of it together makes up you. Now, if you take yourself, you are by yourself a human being. But if you take your neighbors, the other people living in your city, all together, all the humans together, make up a city. Now, if you take up all the cities, you will have a country. And if you take up all the countries, you will have the planet. If you take up all the planets in the solar system, you have the solar system. And so on. You go up to galaxies and super galaxies and all these kind of things. But you can also go the reverse way. You have your cells, which are made up of molecules. Your molecules, which are made up of atoms. The atoms out of quarks, or whatever they're called, quantum particles. And you can go both infinitely into the upside and infinitely in the inside. You can zoom both ways. My point being is that you as a human being are never isolated. You can't exist in isolation. So one of the best skills to build in your life, in your 20s especially, is social skills. Skills that build you up for the future. Because you need people. You need to hang around others. That is how we learn. This is how we become happier people, how we have fulfillment. This is how we make money. You can only make money because another person willingly gives you money. To put it short, the most valuable thing that you can do in your 20s is to build skills, experiences, and relationships. Build social skills, experience other people, and build fantastic relationships, both platonic, business, and romantic. So, what do you think? Please share your experience in the comments below. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe, and I might make another video in my little garage. Thank you, and I will see you next time. Bye.